Wow, what the heck does that mean? Hey guys, it's Carrie, the recovering feminist, and I'm here today to make another episode about how feminism is at its core anti-female empowerment, anti-male empowerment, and is part of a deliberate strategy supported by the left to break down Judeo-Christian culture, i.e., the sexual revolution and the breakdown of the family. Our society is at a tipping point. Have you noticed? We've gone from shows like Lassie in the 1960s with Timmy Martin and his mom and his trusty dog Lassie. Yeah, it was a little bit corny, but it was sweet. To today, where we have real life situations of a 9-year-old boy who likes to call himself Lactatia and perform as a drag queen and is supported by his mom, who thinks it's just wonderful that he's expressing himself this way. Well, I talked about last time how the Frankfurt School had a really pivotal role to play. And today I want to talk about one of its most prominent figures, Herbert Marcuse. Marcuse was a professor in the 1960s, 1970s at Brandeis University, at University of California in Berkeley, and in 1974 he had this to say about feminism. I believe the women's liberation movement today is perhaps the most important and potentially the most radical political movement that we have, even if the consciousness of this fact has not yet penetrated the movement as a whole. Marcuse was the guru of the 1960s counterculture. The phrase, "make love, not war," was everywhere. This was coined by Marcuse. He made it up. He's important because he sold the sexual revolution to the hippie generation. He taught that a good day's honest work was one of the most repressive aspects of civilization. What we need, Marcuse urged, was the convergence of labor and play. Here's a quote, a passage from his bestseller Eros and Civilization, over 300 pages long, and don't fall asleep. He wrote, "The body should be no longer used as a full-time instrument of labor. The body would be resexualized. It would first manifest itself in a reactivation of all erotogenic zones and consequently in a resurgence of pregenital polymorphous sexuality and in a decline of genital supremacy. The body in its entirety would become an object of cathexis, a thing to be enjoyed, an instrument of pleasure. This change in the value and scope of libidinal relations would lead to a disintegration of the institutions in which the private interpersonal relations have been organized, particularly the monogamic and patriarchal family." Wow, what the heck does that mean? Well, I believe that Marcuse intentionally used grandiose language to promote something which in essence was quite simple. Don't work, have sex, and the nuclear family is bad. Well, this was the message of Eros and Civilization, and its ideas proved to be incredibly popular among the fledgling hippie culture of the following decade. Marcuse established himself as the most well-known member of the movement because of his ability to effectively communicate with youth. His teachings took off with people like Abby Hoffman, who you may remember as the founder of the Yippies, a neo-Marxist group. He was a student of Marcuse's at Brandeis University. Remember Angela Davis? She was a really devoted student to Marcuse. She even went to study in Germany, in Frankfurt. From the mid to late 20th century, she was active as a radical feminist. She was a member of the Communist Party and also an associate of the Black Panther Party. She was also a big proponent of critical theory. Critical theory was a key feature of the Frankfurt School. And once again, it can be explained accurately in simple terms. Critical theory is critical of everything connected with traditional Judeo-Christian culture. Another unique feature is that it is intolerant of any viewpoint but its own. And we see that continuing to bear fruit today. Look at the state of free speech on campuses. A lot of comedians don't even perform there anymore because they can't be free to say what they want, so they prefer just not to risk it. Brandeis University, Angela Davis's alma mater, Abby Hoffman's alma mater, is a place that was going to give an honorary degree to Ayaan Hirsi Ali in 2014. Ayaan Hirsi Ali is a prominent, she's actually a feminist, ironically enough. She was denied permission to go there by the university. They rescinded the offer to give her an honorary degree when Islamic Club protested. What was she going to come speak about? She was going to speak about female genital mutilation, which she had been subjected to. She was speaking out against it. She was speaking out against honor killing, which is a violently anti-woman. More and more universities in America are avoiding controversial speech by banning speakers, by banning especially people who promote conservative values. So guys, the war is on. We are the new counterculture. We are the new Abby Hoffmans and the new Angela Davises, and that we're not afraid to stand up and speak out and be heard for traditional Judeo-Christian values. Remember, wisdom brings strength and knowledge gives power. So this is the Recurring Feminist signing off for now, and see you next time.